4, 3, 2. This is WFAN's Outside the Cage with your host Ike Feldman, Pete Hoffman, and UFC Orlando is taking place this Saturday, February 24th. Emmett versus Stevens, but the fight that I'm looking forward to the most. Okay, this man, you don't need if you're a knockout fan, you don't need to go any further than Platinum Mike Perry. Okay, and he's sitting to the right of me right now. Thank you very much for joining us. How are you right now feeling in New York? Is it the first time in New York for you?
I believe it's my second time in New York. I'm feeling pretty good. Get a good response from the fans out here, good response from the people in the media. You guys have been so generous with your time as well today, talking to me, wanting to know about me, and, you know, who am I for that? You know what I mean? But people would say, watch that question, I'm somebody special, I do my thing in that octagon, and you guys know what you're going to get to see when Platinum Perry shows up to fight. That's why everybody tunes in. I'm the people's main event.
You've definitely knockouts artist. It's not just with the fists. Got the elbows, you got the knees, you got the whole package on that. Your last fight versus Ponzinibbio, though, however, didn't go your way, but still put on a fantastic show. Is there anything that you learned from that fight? Because that's one thing I know about MMA guys. You guys, after the loss, is when I really see what a true fighter you are, because you come back better than ever. So did you learn anything from that fight?
Yeah, you know, I've seen how the top guys in the world in the division are gonna fight me, and they don't come to fight. You know, that's what's changed, is that coming to fight has always worked out for me. I land that power shot and guys go to sleep, but if that guy can survive from that power shot, you know, if I can't land that second or third one in a row and finish the fight, there's other ways to win fights, and fighting isn't the only way. You got running, you got laying on top of people, and these are things that the experienced are going to do. It may not be the fans' favorite, but it is the things the experienced and veterans, that's what the best in the world are going to do. The best in the world are going to run away from me. So everything changes now, and you know, I don't know if Max is looking to really get into a gritty fight with me. He might try to be smart too, but you know, he doesn't look like the smartest guy. But I have faith that he's going to try to come with a smart game plan. And I've been working the point game. I've been working my technique. I've been working my fundamentals. And my style has never been one to win a decision. I don't necessarily always win the round, but then I put you down and it didn't matter. So we've been working on the points and winning the rounds and doing what we got to do. You know, I was talking to the manager. He said, you need the guy in the corner telling you, look, Mike, we need to take down this round. We need 2 takedowns this round. Y'all don't see me always taking people down. I've had 1 or 2. But
you don't even know if you could wrestle.
Well, I can wrestle. I mean, I took Ponzi down. I took his back a few times. The jiu-jitsu's there. Trust me, I grappled with some of the best in the world. I grappled with Jacare Souza and Julian Williams, 2 of the best black belts I've ever had the pleasure of rolling with.
Damn. Dude, it's amazing. Well, does that kind of get in your head? Folks, again, we're being joined by Mike Perry, at Platinum Perry on Twitter.
At Platinum Perry on Twitter, Platinum Mike Perry on Instagram.
Before I get to my question, dude, where'd you get your nickname from?
Man, we was just sitting around looking for nicknames. Like, yo, we were amateur fighters. Me and my boy Spartan. He had the Spartan nickname. He had the beard. He was, you know, it worked out for him. And we was like, we got to come up with a name for me, because if I want to be famous, I got to have a badass name. And we were just scrolling through names. He might have said Platinum, and we kind of like went over it and then went to other names and then went back to the Platinum and was like, yo, that's gotta be. It's like Iron Mike with twice the skills, man.
Let's go. I love it, man. But to the original thing, I was gonna say, they're telling you to win the round. Maybe, Mike, you need a takedown here. Does that get in your head that it kind of screws you up from being natural and letting it flow? And what we've seen against Alex Perez was vicious, man. You just went punches to clinch to elbows to knees to see you later. Do you feel that kind of might screw up your game plan?
Man, you know, these guys not coming to fight screwed up my game plan. You know what I mean? So the plan is set in motion on how to win these fights, and at the end of the day, I just need to be smarter than the other guy. and do what I got to do to get the W. So, but I will always keep that power and that aggression in the back pocket. And if the time comes, I'll tuck my chin, put my hands up, walk forward, give one to take one to give one, and most likely 98% of the time knock you out.
Love it.
It's funny because, you know, we're talking about the Max Griffin, your opponent, and it's looked like, from my eyes, what I've seen, his opponents that take him to the ground have the best advantage against him. When he stands up, he's a better opponent, I guess, but taking him to the ground, he just has a big disadvantage. So that seems like it's a big game plan for you, no?
I might get the takedown, you know what I mean? If I could take his back and slam him on his head and put him to sleep that way. I've done that in the amateurs. I used to slam people to sleep. Haven't been able to really pull that off as a professional because I hit them with the hands first and then they go to sleep. But I'm willing to do whatever I got to do anywhere this fight goes to get the win. I'm a better striker. I'm a better grappler, better wrestler. I'm all around better than Maxi Pad, and he
it starts.
He gonna get hurt, man. That's it. He don't deserve to be there.
We're looking for you to hurt him, and we're excited to see what happens because I truly think
Mike, you have no idea. Pete's so happy that you're in, man. You're one of his favorite fighters.
I told him off screen that I'm a huge fan, so I've already, I'm already blushed and whatnot.
Pete was gonna sit 8 feet away over here. I was like, dude, sit next to your boy. I was like, get cozy.
But
get cozy.
here's my deal, man. I'm very upset by this because clearly the Ponzinibbio fight was a great fight. Didn't go your way. You're still not ranked. I'm disappointed because I see some other fighters. Listen, welterweight is a stacked division. We all know that. It's ridiculous. The best division in UFC, hands down. You're not ranked yet. Will be very soon. But some of these guys, like Colby, we're talking about, he's ranked 3. I don't understand how that's possible, and you're not ranked. Do you see that as an insult? Or is that your motivation right now, before the belt, before a title shot, just to get ranked?
Man, I gotta say, a lot of this is on these guys' managers, you know what I mean? Colby's manager is a better manager than Colby is a fighter. He got him the right fights with the right people that got him leveled up to number 3 in the world. But you know, I think that's Colby's story because that's as far as he goes. He don't go past 3.
Yeah, no, we saw him versus Maia, which was the easiest fight for him in the world. I mean, no one stands. No one. Maia doesn't stand with anybody.
Dude, I hope he sent them a good Christmas gift. Maya standing with Colby. It was like, dude, what are you doing? Set that up.
What you could do to both of those fighters would be scary. It would give them nightmares.
Fight them both with my hands down, man. Catch that underhook and hit them with the other arm. They're not gonna get that takedown with me. I already said. I know exactly what Colby Covington would try to do. He'd try to put his head in my lap and suck my dick for 15 minutes. That's it. That's what he's going to try to do. So, man, we'll see, man, if I can get that fight. I would like that fight, man.
Well, I would like the actual fighting, not the sexual treatment. Dude, you mentioned Iron Mike. You walked in here singing, I think it was word for word, In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. It seems like that's a Tyson theme going on. We don't have to sing their lyrics or recite them. But is there do you want that image of, like, I already beat you before the fight started, like, I beat you the day before, whether it's, dude, I'm reading some of the stuff in the Wikipedia, you're biting stuff saying I'm going to eat you the night before. I seen what you did in your last fight, Ponzinibbio, screaming. I was scared through the YouTube screen. Do you want to kind of emulate Mike and kind of beat him before the fight starts?
Man, not just Mike either, though. You know, I take Ali over Mike, and Mike wouldn't even be mad at me for that. Mike would take Ali over himself, and that's a humble champion right there. You know, if I could do anything close to the greatness that Mike Tyson has created, I'd be grateful for that. And I'm grateful for the greatness that I'm creating in my own way, in my own version. I got you guys paying attention. I got people wanting to watch Platinum Perry fight because they know that I come to fight, man. I come to put in work. I come to land big blows and end the night. I'm willing to sacrifice a shot for a shot, and people like to see that. I didn't choose it that way. It's just the way that the cards played out. That's what the fans like to see. It's what my style has come together as, and at the end of the day, I am a total, complete mixed martial artist. I do have the skills everywhere. So, like I said, man, it's about the W. It's about the win. At the end of the day, whatever I gotta do to get the W is the most important lesson that I've been learning.
And you're 26 years old right now. This is going to be your 7th fight in the UFC.
How old are you in street years? How old would you put yourself in street years? You're 26,
Street years, I'm like 16. I'm that kid still learning. Octagon years, I'm like 35. My body is catching up. This shit, you get fucked up doing this shit. We've been saying that for years. We're gonna make the shirt. Quote me on that, because if you make the shirt, you get fucked up doing this shit, I'm gonna sue your ass.
Do you have a specific opponent that you're looking for? I know I threw out Colby, but is there somebody else that you prefer to fight?
Man, I tell you what, he had a good performance last night after I knock out Max Griffin. I want to fight the Cowboy, baby.
Wow. Is that Kid Rock?
That is Kid. Is Kid Rock Detroit?
It's the D-Town, man.
And is it you were more of a Kid Rock or you more Eminem?
Neither one. I'm more.
What? Obi Trice?
Man, I'm more like Gucci Mane, Kodak Black, Young Jeezy. South, I like that Southern rap. I like the
Gucci Mane do
Rick
Lemonade.
Ross
Did he do Lemonade? That's one of my favorite songs. That was my ringtone in like 9th grade.
So you want Cowboy? Well, how'd you feel about his performance yesterday? Because he came off that fight with Darren Till, which, by the way, what happened with that? Where's Till?
I fucked that up. But everything's in the plans, you know. Maybe it wasn't the time for that, and
Till's been off the map, by the way, since your encounter with him.
Seemed like nobody want to fight him.
Yeah? Well, you want to fight him, though.
I do want to fight him.
Let's get that match. So you would take Till over Cerrone?
They want to offer it to me. They know who to talk to. Abe Kawa, first round management. Sean Shelby does not want to call Abe and be like, all right, we're making the Darren Till fight happen. He don't want to do that yet. But that's all right. I'm going to earn it. I fucked it up. You know what I mean? I made that mistake. That was a mistake I had to learn from.
All right, so Darren Till is a much taller,
I like tall fighters. I like fighting the taller fighters.
The overhand?
Yes, and it's just something about when I close that gap and you got more reach than me. Oh man, I'm one of the best fighters in the world, I believe, at closing that gap and hitting you with the hard shots. And when I get inside and stay inside, see, a lot of guys know that now, and they don't stay inside. But you know, Ponzi was a lot shorter. We had about the same exact reach, and he didn't even want to stay close to me. I would stay forehead to forehead with anybody, and you know, swing for the fences. But nobody's doing that with me, so I got to draw him into that battle. You know, you see what I did against Hung Yu Lim. I've been fighting tall fighters. I've been training with.
You made them look like
middleweights,
the balloons at the car dealership.
You know,
bro.
yeah, man. When I close that gap on you and I hit you with that shot, it surprises everybody the first time, and they all run now. So everybody's gonna run. Even Darren Till, he'll run too. Once I hit him, he'll run.
So you say you want to draw them into your game plan, which is obviously to throw down, get the knockout, put a show on for the fans. And by the way, folks, again, we're being joined by Mike Perry on Twitter at Platinum Perry, and Instagram at Platinum Perry too.
Instagram Platinum Mike Perry.
Each round of questions, I'm learning more and more about you. But so you're saying you want to draw them into your game plan. Is that like you're going to work on the outside, leg kicks, maybe fake a takedown? Like, how exactly push them against the fence? How exactly are you going to get them to put their guard down, not listen to their coach? They're going to clinch on their mouthpiece, and they're going to start being in your world.
I believe that comes with each time I fight, I do more and more complete mixed martial arts. I use more and more of my skills every time I get in that octagon. Now that 15 minutes is short. You only get so long to show those skills, and I'm getting better at pulling out all the tricks, all the stops in 15 minutes, and I'm getting ready for 25 minutes. So, you know, I can pull out even more tricks in 25, and it doesn't matter this weekend though. this weekend is what it's all about, because it's one thing at a time, and then we'll see where it goes from there. I have a good idea about the future. I just don't even need to worry about it yet. I'm gonna fucking focus on this weekend, and I promise I'm gonna fuck this man up. That's simple.
Love it.
You were talking about closing the gap with these tall fighters. So you look at a guy like myself, right? I'm a big dude. Does every punch have the same impact, or do you pick and choose when you really just lay the hammer?
Sometimes you try to just touch the guy if you can just touch him, but when they're running backwards, everything I throw has power. Every jab, every single thing I throw usually has power, but you know, sometimes you just gotta, if you can touch the guy, the knockout will come. But it still doesn't stop me from every time I throw, man. I let the power go.
And what about the accuracy too? Because the Ellenberger knockout with the elbow was,
dude.
I mean, so precise. Like, how is it?
John Jones is having wet dreams to that elbow, man.
Is it more about contact? Is it more about accuracy when you're throwing, or does it make a difference to you? You just want to get a piece of them.
Man, the contact is very important. If you know, again, talking about the Hun Yu Lim, I hit him with my forearm and knocked him down. As long as I make that contact, I'm looking to overstep and step all the way through.
You hit him with your forearm?
I did. The first knockdown was with my forearm.
You knocked him down like 3 times, man.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, he's a tall dude.
I really stepped in there. I closed that gap and I blasted him as hard as I could.
Did you feel something extra special? Sorry to cut you off.
No, you good.
Dude, that's why I'm like 8 feet away from you. But did you feel something special on UFC 202? Dude, looking at that entire card, Rumble hit Glover's tooth back to Brazil. Cowboy with one of the illest Street Fighter combos I've ever seen. Garbrandt was on that card. Dude, you were on that card, obviously throwing down. Were you kicking off the pay-per-view?
I did.
That was amazing. Also short notice too, right?
I am the first fight on the main card again this time. I haven't been since then.
Let's go. Let's go. UFC Orlando.
But did you feel extra magic that night?
You know, with the debut, what it was that was really cool was that nobody knew who the hell I was, and I pissed everybody off by dodging his handshake, and I had everybody against me because I did that, and it gave me no pressure at all. Now, I've dealt with pressure a couple times now, and I'm getting pretty good at dealing with it, and I do gotta say though, that debut, I don't think I'll ever feel like that again. It was like, I was like, shoot, I got nothing to lose. They gonna pay me 10 grand or they gonna pay me 20 grand. I'm gonna either shine tonight or I'm not. It's simple. And you know, I try to think back to that and go with that mindset into every fight. I'm gonna shine tonight or I'm gonna fucking make mistakes, damn it. And sometimes I can make mistakes and still shine, but I think as I grow and become more experienced, I learn that you have to make the adjustments in the fight. That's what makes a true great fighter is the ability to overcome adversity. You be in the fight, you start getting hit, maybe you get caught with something, maybe you get taken down, maybe you find a way to get that W like Derek Lewis last night.
Oh my God, dude. I couldn't believe that. I saw your reaction. Woo! Did you expect that to happen? I mean, that was a beautiful right hand that just landed out of nowhere.
So fun. I definitely had more fun with that one than I did with the main event. The main event, you know, he got the knockout, and I was like, oh, that was good. Good job, Cowboy. But we were like into the Derek Lewis fight, and it's like, damn it, he's getting laid on, and then oh my God, he landed the shot. Ah!
Dude, that was awesome from in the clinch. That was like the Ozdemir. All of a sudden, he just needs like 6 inches of space. Boom, crack him to the floor.
Do you was there too much love between Cowboy and Yancey yesterday for you? Do you need there to be a little bit more
hang
like
10,
tension?
man. We'll get you in the Okinawa's, Cowboy. It was like literally watching Point Break. Like that was Keanu Reeves being broken into that bank robbing gang.
I keep getting that question, man. You know, and there are things that these fighters do that fans might not like. Some fans probably like that they hug. Some fans don't. Some fans like when people lay on top of people to get the win. They do what they got to do. And now I'm a fan of the W. I'm a fan of the W, but I mean, man, this weight cut getting me. The question and slipped my fucking mind.
How you feeling, by the way?
Oh yeah, the hugging shit.
Yeah, wake up,
Everybody knows with me that if you try to hug me in the middle of the fight, I'm first of all, I'm gonna like go for it, right? I'm like, oh yeah, let's hug, and I'm gonna hit your ass.
Mike, so you got our audience a little scared now. So
I'm scared.
how much? Let's talk about lighter days. Take us back to high school. I saw on the Wikipedia has everything, man. First of all, before we get into your early days, this thing's got your freaking boxing photo. This was the most surprising thing I seen about you. Is this a Muay Thai or is this boxing?
That's boxing.
Tell us about this, man. Is this where the
Fuck that photo. Fuck that boxing fight. You gotta pay me a lot of $100 million to get. No, I would get back in the boxing ring for a good paycheck, but I've been trained in multiple arts. All right, my body is not trained for just 1 and 2, the left and the right. I can throw these hands, and I've worked with very skilled boxers over the years. That's why I got all the knockouts that I have, is that I'm a believer in boxing, but I'm a believer in boxing and mixed martial arts. Okay, you can't just be a good kicker or just a good wrestler. I try to be very well balanced in every one of the categories. My attributes, all on the video game when I'm in it, will be great. But you know, my jiu-jitsu, everything is all gonna be good. But boxing is what I focus on a lot for mixed martial arts, though. It's a little different.
Can you dive into detail with that? Because we've seen Cody, who was Golden Gloves. We've seen Stipe. I think he won Golden Gloves too in Cleveland. And Conor, they kind of don't really put everything behind the jab, but it's kind of like a touch for feel and for range and distance. Can you tell us, like, what's exactly your technique that you're looking for when you're boxing in the octagon and not in the ring?
You know, I'm a big power hook guy. You know what I mean? A lot of Mike Tyson like style. Move the head, tuck the chin, keep the hands up. You know, this is all very helpful. It's hard to close. It's hard to get inside of that gap on a tight boxer who keeps everything real tight and keeps pumping that jab in your face. And that jab will save your life. If a guy's coming in at you and he catches you with some good shots, all you gotta do is jab your way out of it. Get back to the jab, get back to the center of the octagon. And boxing fundamentals, footwork, and the things that they've been doing and training in for the last 100 years that boxing has been around. You take a good boxing coach, and then you take some of these MMA guys, coaches, like some of these MMA schools, they got people in there getting hurt, man, because these guys really, a lot of people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Guys open gyms or train some guys and get them into a fight, and they don't know what they're doing. A lot of people don't know. They call the sport UFC. The sport is not UFC. The sport is MMA. People don't know the differences, and I can't blame them for that because they're not in it as deep as I am. This is my love. This is my passion. This is what I do. So I'm a prize fighter. I'm a mixed martial artist, man.
Future champ.
Here's the thing with boxing is if you're better at playing this little point game than me, I can do something different. Mixed martial arts, I have options. I'm gonna hurt you with my kicks, with my feet, with my knees, with my elbows. When I grab you, I try to drag you to the ground, I try to hurt you on the floor. Just boxing, I just you know, man, I just don't want to do it. I want more options. I want to feel reality and the way that I think of a fight is, what's a reason I would fight someone? Did they try to hurt someone I love? Did they steal from me? Did they, you know, push me? Or, you know, what's a real reason you would fight somebody in real life? Road rage, he get out his car and trying to whoop my ass through my car window? If I think like that, I'm a survivor, and you cannot take my life from me. If it's a life or death situation, I believe and now I'm skilled and trained. I believed that nobody could take my life from me before I was ever really skilled and trained. That mindset has always been a part of me, but now that I am one of the best mixed martial artists in the world, I think like a gladiator. You're not going to take my life. I'm going to take yours, or we're going to go 15 minutes or 25.
My last question to that is, we've seen some...
that was amazing. That was bone chilling. That was bone chilling.
We've seen some dirty fighters, though, in the cage. We've seen Ponzinibbio, for example, supposedly Gunnar Nelson said that there was a lot of eye poking going on when he's throwing those fists. We see Yoel Romero find ways every fight to do something that's a little, I don't shady.
Speak English.
He misses the weight cut, all that stuff, and he still finds a way to win the fight. Did you notice anything against Ponzinibbio that was a little bit like, all right, that was dirty, but whatever, I'm still trying to knock you out when this fight? Did you notice anything at all? Because that's one thing that I
mean, he
did
poked
hear.
me in the eye once, but that doesn't matter, man. You can hit me with a low blow, you can poke me in the eye. I train for that. I really do. If you know, Chuck Liddell will tell you some of his biggest wins were right after a low blow to the groin. You got to be prepared for that. If you kick me in my nuts, you're not about to win. That doesn't mean you're about to win. You know, you got to do what you got to do. The eye poke is no excuse. Didn't really make a difference. It just made me step back for a second. You know, the cut man actually came in for that eye poke. They thought that I was bleeding, but what happened was when he dug his fingernail right there and tried to get to my eye, it worked its way up, and it just scratched my face. And you know, my coach come in, he's like, "Cut man, go to work." I'm like, I ain't bleeding. I know what it's like when you get hit and your face splits open. It's a feeling that and then you feel this little drop of water go down its blood, and you're like, damn, he cut me. I didn't feel that, and when I went back to the corner, I was like, what, he cut me? And then the cut man's like, oh, actually, you know, it's not blood. Yeah, it was an instant bruise from his fingernail digging in my eye. I was even making fun of him. The first minute and a half that he wouldn't engage with me, I'm looking at him, and he's like this, so that if I come in, I'm going to run into one of these fingers. When he sticks his hands out, he's holding his hands flat out. Hey, Yves Levine, you got to lift your hands up. Come on, man. You can watch the fight. And I'm in front of him, and I go, like this. But fuck that guy, man. He was talking shit today because he was watching me on Ariel Helwani, and he wrote some shit on Instagram.
Don't plug another podcast on our stream. Don't plug another.
I'm trying to set up a pay-per-view fight between y'all, Ariel Helwani.
Let's go, man. We're both Jewish. I think he's Iranian. I'm Israeli. We'll get it going. We'll make it.
Uh-oh.
Mike, my final question. How much do you weigh in the off season? Nah, that's not a good question. Not a good. Scrap that. My final question. Again, folks. Mike Perry, UFC on Fox 28, 8 p.m. kickoff or tip-off or punch-off this Saturday, 8 p.m. on Big Fox. Don't miss it. Mike Perry's kicking off, or, again, whatever it is. He's starting the card against Max Griffin this Saturday. Mike, what's your favorite tattoo? Where is it located? And what does it mean?
Well, since you said, what does it mean? I'm going to pick my God's Gift tattoo on my stomach, because a lot of people think that I'm talking about myself.
Are you shy to show the camera?
I'm not shy. I'm pulling my dick out.
Don't pull. All right, folks, it's fight week. Okay, he's not always like this. My wife's on this stream right now.
Yes, I am.
No, my wife's... No,
too,
Anita,
yeah.
no.
What it means
Yeah, back to the...
are my capabilities.
Magic
I believe
Mike Perry
that
over...
the way I was born, the way I feel inside, the things that I'm capable of doing inside the octagon. See, all my tattoos actually have to do with fighting. I dedicated my life to being a professional fighter before I even, since a young age, man. I had a first tattoo at 15, and it's actually my name on my chest. It's Mike, and it's inside the cross now, but what that is like, it's like me for on the cross, for representing for all the bad things that I have to do in this sport to get to where I want to go. And God's gift are my body's capabilities and the power that I have to hit you with, and everything I've been given to come as far as I'm sitting here right now. So that's God's gift, man, is fighting. God's gift is fighting to me. That's his gift to me.
And it's a gift to us too because we're huge fans. Again, Mike Perry, he's kicking off the UFC on Fox 28 versus Max Griffin this Saturday. Thanks again for joining us, Mike. We appreciate it. Pleasure, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it.
You guys enjoy it.
We will. We will. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, dude. That was awesome. Thank you very much for coming in.